Money. It's everywhere, and everyone tells you to chase it, like it's the only thing that matters. Follow the money. Make more money. Invest in what's hot, what's trending, what's easy. But stop for a second and really ask yourself, what if the money isn't the real answer? What if, all this time, chasing the cash has been making everything worse? Because here's the brutal truth. When you follow only the money, you're risking everything that truly drives meaning, purpose, and real impact. You might think it's just about numbers on a screen, about financial security, or beating the market. But in reality, it's about so much more. It's about who you are deep down, what you want your legacy to mean, and how you change the game for good. You feel it, don't you? That hollow ache late at night after the deals are done, after the headlines fade, like all the profits in the world can't fill whatever's missing inside. Maybe you've been burned by investments that looked safe but ended up hollow, by projects that promised growth but delivered emptiness. You've sat through boardrooms where the only talk was about margins, risk, and ROI, with no space for real vision. You've seen industries where the bottom line crushed innovation, where systems protect the status quo instead of breaking it. You know that old story, that following the money is the path to success, is a trap. But what else is there? What if the mission, that burning purpose beyond profit, is the only real map out? Because here's the thing, they want you to believe that mission and money can't coexist. They want you to think success is a trade-off between cash and conscience, between your wallet and your values, that you must settle for one or the other. But that's a lie. The real power, the real thrill, comes when you create from a place deeper than greed or comfort. When you build something that's past the numbers, beyond the market cycles, rooted in something bigger, something that fights back against the numbness, the dullness, the mediocre default settings this world offers. When the mission drives the money becomes a tool, not a master. Imagine waking up every morning fueled not by anxiety about the next dollar, but by a fire so strong it ignites everything you touch. Imagine seeing investment opportunities not as chance to stack profits, but as invitations to reshape futures, to spark revolutions in how people live, work, and grow. This is what happens when mission leads the way, when your work is a direct extension of your core truth, your uncompromising standards, your vision of a radically better world. Suddenly, every decision becomes clearer, every risk feels calibrated, because it's not about playing safe, but about playing for keeps, the kind of keeps that change lives, not just bank statements. The pain of following just money, it's not just yours, it's everyone's. It's the slow death of creativity squeezed out by spreadsheets. It's innovation strangled by fear of failure. It's human potential lost in the shuffle of quarterly reports. It's the crushing realization that you're part of a system designed to churn and burn people, ideas, entire futures. You see leaders paralyzed by the weight of expectations, giants with golden helmets who never dare take the shot that matters most because it's not guaranteed. You encounter brilliant founders forced to pivot not by new visions, but by chasing the latest trend investors salivate over. This is real, and it's poisonous. But here's the breakthrough. The secret no consultant will tell you, no textbook will highlight. The mission is your compass through the chaos. It's the light that doesn't flicker when markets dip or interest rates change. It's the foundation under your feet when everything else shakes. It's the reason why some investments break all conventions, why certain companies thrive when others dissolve, why your gut never fails you when it tells you, this is the one. Because the mission cuts through noise like a razor. It reveals what's worthless and what's gold, what's a distraction and what's destiny. It aligns you not with the masses, but with those rare few who burn with the same fire. Those who refuse to settle for the mediocre mirage everyone else chases. And it's not just about being noble or doing good. This is hardcore, sharp-edged practicality disguised as idealism. When you follow the mission, you create resilience that no market crash can shake. You build networks and partnerships that money alone never could form. Deep, unbreakable ties forged in shared commitment and raw passion. You become a magnet for talent that money can't buy. For collaborators willing to fight alongside you not because of paychecks, but because they believe in the cause. You tap into a power that multiplies itself. Because purpose attracts effort, effort generates momentum, and momentum births success that lasts decades. Look around. The world is hungry for that kind of leadership. They're starving for people who see beyond the next quarter to the next century. They're tired of polished pitches that sound good, but mean nothing, of empty promises dressed as innovation. What the world needs are people who dare to be different, who align with their deepest purpose and refuse all distractions. People who will shake the foundations that hold back progress, who will build new realities from the edges where comfort ends and true possibility begins. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a call to arms, a challenge for those willing to burn with a relentless desire to become more. This journey isn't easy. It demands pain, sacrifice, and brutal honesty. You will have to unlearn everything they taught you about success. You will have to turn down offers that look good but feel wrong. You will have to say no to opportunities that feed the ego but starve the soul. There will be moments when the money tempts, luring you back into old patterns of safety and predictability. But every time you resist, every time you choose the mission over the easy path, you grow. You carve out a space where true power lives, the power of sovereignty, the power of clear vision, the power of relentless transformation. Don't fool yourself. This is a lonely path. The world will call you crazy, naive, reckless. They will tell you the mission is a dream, a distraction from reality. But remember, most people never question what reality really is. They don't see beyond the surface. You do. We all do. That quiet voice inside telling you there's more. That incessant hunger for meaning that no paycheck fills. It's your true nature screaming to be heard. This is not just about making money. It's about remaking the world. So, stop chasing illusions disguised as security. Stop buying into systems that reward the dull and discard the brilliant. Stop letting the noise drown out your essence. The money will follow if, and only if, you have something real to offer. Something spelled out, not in dollars, but in impact. Something rooted in the authentic fire that burns inside you, the mission that no crisis can extinguish. Align with that. Find the few who share your fire, who challenge and uplift you, who see the world not as it is, but as it must become. Build together, invest together, lead together. Because in that rare unity of purpose and power, you not only break free, you become the freedom that others seek. This is your fight. Your choice, your moment. Will it be the empty promise of money or the roaring truth of mission? The answer isn't just a strategy for wealth, it's your path to becoming the person and leader you were always meant to be. The world doesn't need more followers of money. It needs warriors of mission. Be ruthless, be relentless, be ready to burn everything down to build something that transforms everything. That's where the real victory lies. Hold tight to that thought and never let go. Because what you do next will echo far beyond the balance sheet.